All right, people. Yeah, okay. I ain't got mother hand. I got the drink. Atlantic Express out of Chicago. What it? They I work for another guy named Christian. Shout out to Christian over at Atlantic Express. We got. I worked for him. His daughter was my best friend. You know, she looked out for me. She always was like, well, where's Mr. Kelly? And she asks us about me and everything. So I think she was playing soccer at one point in time, you know. So, you know, I was like, hey. Anyway, his name is Christian. I forgot his last name. Real good guy. I enjoyed working for him. Atlantic Express. Nope. And he told me. But like I told him, I said, as long as my money not really play, I can really deal with a lot of stuff. I'm okay with it. 2015. Nope. 2000. This is 2019, 2020. No, it's not. 2018, 2019. That's what it was at. 2018, 2019. Atlantic Express. Worked for a few companies between them. Things just didn't work out. Okay? We're going to get to the main one. Okay? And anybody that worked for these companies, drivers, tell me I'm lying. And I ain't talking about nobody that look like y'all. I'm talking about the drivers who actually drive for y'all. Okay? Name was Christian something. Real good guy. Paid me honestly. We ran from Chicago to California and back. That's it. That's all we did. That wasn't a bad deal. It was my dispatcher. So, first instance I told them from Jump Street, don't give me no blind freight. Okay, people, drivers, hands up. If you never drove a blind load before, put your hands down. Anybody that drove a blind load before, put your hand up. Put two hands up if you put, you know the hands that's like this? So put your hand up like this, give me a hand, right? And just, if you drove a blind load. Put the other hand up if you drove a blind load and you had problems with it. Right? Just like that. So, okay? So I should see hands like this. Who has ever drove a blind load and had problems with it? Blind load, had problems with it. Give me that. Okay. Blind load is people that have had issues with each other some kind of way, and you're in the middle of it. You're going to have a problem with that load. So, we got strawberries out of Florida. I think I had 4 pallets on there, whatever. I get down the road, they want me to stop and pick up a bill of lading. Another bill of lading. I pick up the second bill of lading. I called them. I said, why you didn't tell me this was a blind load? She was like, well, that's the only thing that was paying. I said, I don't care. I would have taken something else. That's not my fault. I don't want nothing that's a blind load. I don't want to deal with that. Why? Because the moment I know it's a blind load, it costs double. It's going to cost double. If it's paying 6, I need 12. Why? Because it's an issue with this load. You're not going to tell me about it. Something is going to happen that I have to deal with, something that you should have dealt with, or y'all should have dealt, or whoever should have dealt with before I got here. Right? So, picked up the load out of Florida. Somewhere in Georgia up 75, had to stop at the Loves and pick up another bill of lading. I get to the place. When I get to the place in Atlanta, South Atlanta, wherever it was at, that old lady told me, she was like, you're going to have a problem with this load. I'm like, no, I'm not. Why would you do that? She was like, everybody that this some freight right here, have a problem. And I'm like, I got everything I think I need. Nope. My appointment is at like 4 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning. I go in, she calls me in and give me a door. I go back there, I deliver, right? And I'm tired. I don't do overnight. I'm sorry, drivers. I am not an overnight driver. Call me what you want. Even though I've done 21 years, I do not drive overnight. Sorry. Tried it. That's not my cup of Kool-Aid. Okay? So when we got to the front to leave, you know, the fog in there. I really can't see in the trailer. The guard looks in the back of the camera or whatever, say, yeah, you good to go. And I close the doors and go to the QT that's in the area. There's a QT over there in the area. That's a truck stop. And the Waffle House was right across the street. So we go eat. Me and my ex-wife at the time. We go eat. And I start getting phone calls, and they're like, hey, you got freight on the trailer? I'm like, no. They told me they took everything off. So I said, well, look, I'm eating right now. I'll go check when I get over there, right? Because I was on time. I did what I was supposed to do. I don't load. I don't unload. I don't count. I don't stack. Why? My license says professional driver. As a matter of fact, I'm not telling y'all the truth. Out of the state of Louisiana, it says commercial driver's license. You see it? See that? It says commercial driver's license. I don't mind showing y'all my picture because I'm a goofy dude. Look, that's my that's my picture, right? Right? They wouldn't let me do it on my Twitch call though. There was now here's the funny thing. Side note. So sad. You know I don't have a lot of clothes. I really don't do a lot of clothes. The day I go to get my license, look at the shirt. Look at the shirt on around my neck. You see it? The day I go do my Twitch call, it's the same shirt. And the day I go pick up my Twitch card, I had that shirt off. Like, I was like, I got to go play 333 today. I didn't win, but I went to go play it. Man, I was like, that girl was laughing at me so hard. She was like, you a fool. Anyway, you see what my license said, right? I ain't no stocker, loader, packer, rapper, strapper, nothing. Nope. Because here's the deal with that. The insurance that you're covered by through the trucking company doesn't cover you if you get hurt doing anything back there. They'll say it's your fault and you volunteered to do that. You didn't have to do that. Just like y'all take the vaccine. You volunteered to take the vaccine. Whatever the problems is, that's your problem. You volunteered. We ain't forced you. We ain't put a gun to your head. They might as well, right? Oh, well, if you don't count it, we can't load you. But then don't load me then. And when I say that, they go ahead on and load it. Whatever y'all put back there is what y'all put back there. So, we leave from Waffle House. I go back up there. There's one pallet. I say, man, I really don't feel like waiting over there again. So then the store calls me. I think it's Costco's or whatever it is. They called me. The guy in the back said, hey, man, you got those strawberries? I said, yeah, I do have those strawberries, man. I got the reefer unit on to keep them back cool. I said, the doors have been closed all night. I said, when I turned it back on, it was still just 5 degrees out of range, but still cool. So I think they wanted it down to 40, 45, 40, 42, something like that. But it was like 45, okay? He was like, no, just come straight through the gate. Tell him you got to bring me those strawberries and bring them straight to the gate. Go back to Atlanta. This is why, go back to that place. This is why I don't like Atlanta. Y'all are snobbish. Y'all are privileged. And y'all think y'all uppity. And you're not. You're just not. So I go back. The supervisor brings me into the office. A little light-skinned chick with her. She had just got her hair done. She shows me on the computer what they had, right? So on and so forth. What they had. Say they got everything. So anything that's on my truck don't belong to them. I said, hold on. Ma'am, they say y'all supposed to, you guys are gonna reload it. That's what they told me. They said it was gonna call you guys.
You're gonna have to come in and check in again, though.
Okay.
I didn't get any.
They haven't called you?
They let them know. No, nobody's called yet. That's what we figure is gonna happen. They're just gonna swing it from their trailer to yours, but we gotta get confirmation.
And I told them that. I said I can't go in there and tell them y'all got to do it. I'll get with them.
All right.
Thank you, my love. So they must be going to lunch. They going to lunch. So sorry about that. This is life. This is not a podcast. This is everyday life for me. This is what we do. I'm just giving you experiences because of what I see and what I've experienced is foolishness. Foolishness. And there's nobody that will help you as a truck driver. Nobody. So when you hear about, oh, the truck driver shot him up, they deserved it. I do not care. What about their family? I don't care. What about their driver's family? What about all the money that trucking company owes? That's the story that they're not going to tell you. That's the story they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you that. Okay? So, with that being said, what we were talking about, I'm sorry. Let me rethink. I don't know. Anyway, let's start somewhere else. Sorry about that, guys. I apologize. So, working for what company I'm working for? Did VV Logistics, did them. Oh, Atlantic Express. I remember. The young lady asks me to come in. It's the Strawberries. She asks me to come in. She shows me on the computer that they got everything. I tell her that, can you at least call this number, the number that the guy called me on? I'm not calling a damn thing. That was her response. Then she goes to show me the notice on the wall that says, no drivers are allowed in the office. You can be arrested if necessary. Okay, no problem. So I said, no problem, man. I leave to go out the office. The young man holds the door. I said, I'm not coming back in. I'm not coming back in. I was asked to come in. And when I told him that, he said, yeah, because if you tried to come back in here, I was going to shoot you. Strawberries. Now the broker's calling me. Said, did you deliver the strawberries? I said, no. They say they don't have any. These strawberries don't belong to them. Man, you need to go and deliver my strawberries. I'm telling him that at the Gull Shack, I'm not allowed in. And she refuses to call anybody in the back to verify. Right? After whatever, they finally let me. I left and had to come back again. At this time, my ex-wife, or my wife at that time, was driving. I let her drive. I said, you deal with them. They let her in. They didn't let me in. They let her in. Right? So, she makes the delivery. We get back up to Chicago after a load or two. They want to fire me. Come to find out, there's a bill of lading that I wasn't given by them, that wasn't given to them by the broker. Yet and still, the broker says that it's my fault. blind loads. I've had loads like that before. I've dropped them off at a drop shipper. When I find out it's a what they call that, a blind load, and leave the paperwork there and say, y'all deal with it. I don't deal with blind loads. I don't. No. Don't pay enough. It don't pay enough. It don't pay enough to be threatened to be terminated for something that y'all didn't do. That's the type of stuff. So over strawberries, I was threatened to be terminated. Over strawberries, that I was threatened to be shot in Atlanta at a Kroger's to deliver. Now, the Kroger's there, y'all know what I'm talking about. It seems like it's on an old military base. So you know I'm not lying. That was one of the first incidents. So then I had a load that came up out of Nogales, Arizona. Y'all know about Nogales? Yeah, boy, that they don't change time zones over there. That's one of the craziest places, like Arizona and New Mexico. They don't change time zones. And they don't do the spring, fall back. They don't do time change neither. So it's a weird thing. It'd be so weird when it happens and you're over there. Anyway, Trump was in office. I made money with Trump. So this was 2000. This had to be about 2019 right now. Okay. This is 2019. Somewhere around up in there. I'm heading back from Nogales. I am in New Mexico. Okay, I'm heading up to Chicago. I'm past Albuquerque. They called me to tell me they forgot to put something on the trailer. I'm like, why? I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do? Say, can you turn back around? I'm already 500 miles away. See, I'm 500 miles away. Y'all might need to send that on a different trailer, right? To tell, and I'm like, well, they don't let us on the docks. We can't count. I wouldn't count anyway. But even if I was there, I still wouldn't know. I still would not know. This will be my last video because I got to go check in. For right now, I still wouldn't know what needs to go on the trailer. Only they know. They're the ones that load us. They're the ones that put that freight on there. If it comes unraveled, they're the ones that shrink wrap this stuff, not us. Not us. But since the ELD and all that, every time something goes wrong, the driver has to pay for it. The driver's at fault. It fell over because the driver was driving crazy. No, it fell over because it wasn't wrapped properly. It wasn't secured properly. Okay? And so on and so forth. Okay, so my dispatcher called me, the one who I told you that my owner said I'm not going to get along with her. Why she asked me to turn back around? I said, that's 1,000 miles. Are you paying me extra to do this? She said, no, but we might not be able to get paid because you didn't pick up the full load. I said, you know we're not allowed on the dock. Why would I know if I got the full load or not? Well, you got to turn back around. I said, I'm not turning back around. That's out. Not without being paid. That's 1,000 miles extra that I have to do. And you're going to want me to be there at a certain time. I said, I'm 500 miles away already. They just called and told me, I just let you know. So she got upset and called the owner. I told the owner what was going on. She told the owner that I refused to pick up the load, the entire load, that I left before getting the entire load. I said, no, you know I'm not allowed to leave unless they give me a bill of lading. They gave me a bill of lading for what on the truck, right? They released me. They told me it was okay to go. So here I am now past Albuquerque, and she wants me to turn back around and go pick up the rest of the freight for free. You're not getting paid. I'm not getting paid. I drive this thing as an owner-operator. He was like, you're right. We're not going back there and pick that up. I said, you know what, bro? This is my last day. I'm good. I'm good. Y'all ain't going to threaten me with no job, and y'all not about to make me work for free. It's not going to happen. So I can't remember that dispatcher's name, but she's the pretty one in the office. When you go in and you turn right where the dispatcher's at, she's the one all the way to the back to the left. There's only about 3 or 4 of them. She's the one all the way to the back to the left with glasses. She's the head dispatcher. She ain't worth it. She ain't worth nothing. She would throw you under the bus, even though they messed up. Just like the bill of lading for the blind freight. Whose fault was that? How is a driver supposed to know that there's more than one bill of lading, or there's multiple bills of lading? How are we supposed to know that? We're not shipping this. All we're doing is transporting. Yet and still, us drivers would be held. We could be held up to 6 hours, but we're still expected to make it to the delivery on time. And when you don't make it on time, they want to charge you money to get unloaded, and then they charge you money to unload you. All this came about during ELD. When ELD went into effect, all these, especially Cisco, they charge you $150 for every 1 minute you over your time. So if you 1 minute late past your delivery time is $50. If you're 31 minutes late, you're $100. If you're an hour and 1 minute late, you're $150. It just goes up and up and up and up and up. Okay, so that was my experience with Atlantic Express. Made decent money. I made way more decent money, right? Trump, way more decent money. The owner, Mr. Christian, great guy. Would definitely work with him again. I would definitely work with him again, in the future. But as far as Atlantic Express, they don't trust you. They trust the broker way more than they trust you. They trust the shippers and receivers way more than they trust you. But then still, it's almost like women say, I don't trust my baby daddy, but yet and still you let them hit it raw. I love you guys. Be safe. Love each other. Peace.